today, we're going to look at how to personalize your invoice template in QuickBooks Online with the new layout. Customizing your invoices and sales forms is simple and enhances your business communications. Let's go over how to customize your invoice template in QuickBooks Online to match your company's branding and choose what your customers do and don't see on the invoice you send. Let's get started. To create or edit an invoice template, first, select Settings, then Custom Form Styles. Every company starts with a standard default template. You can select New and start from scratch to create a style for one specific form, or just edit the standard style to make changes to all your forms at once. For our purposes, we'll choose Invoice. Let's start in the Design tab. This is where you decide the overall look of the template. As you make changes, you'll see a preview of the changes. Select a template to decide the basic layout. Every good invoice needs a logo. Select Add a Logo and then select the box with the plus symbol to upload your company's logo. The colors on your invoice change based on your logo, but you can select Try other colors to change that. You can also change your font and layout settings like the margins. If you want to print your invoice onto letterhead paper, lay out forms so that when they're printed, they fit into a windowed envelope. Note that this isn't available if you choose the fresh or bold template. Next, select Content to update the information you want to include on your invoice forms. Invoices have 3 sections: the header, table, and footer. Select any of these sections to edit them. In the header, choose which contact information to include when you send forms and invoices to customers. The form name appears towards the top, but you can turn this option off and change the name of each form. Most businesses include the transaction number, but you can turn it off. You can also choose whether to number transactions manually. Finally, choose whether to show shipping information, terms, and custom fields. These options depend on your company's sales settings. Information about what you're charging your customer for is in the table section. An account summary is optional but handy if you send invoices to customers who already have balances. With this option on, your customer sees what they owed before the invoice as a balance forward, the new charges, and then a total. Go to the activity table to customize the details about the products and services you're charging your customer for. This is where you can edit and reorder the service date, product or service name, description, quantity, rate, total amount, and SKU fields. Your customer will see anything with a check mark, so you can choose what's shown and what's not. Drag fields to reorder them. Select Edit Labels and Widths to change the column labels and widths. Enter the new label in its field and use the bar to widen or shrink a column. Column sizes have finite space, so you may need to shrink one before widening another. There are additional options available. Decide how the invoice groups time, whether to show how much of an estimate has been invoiced through progress invoicing, and how to display markups and billable expenses. These features appear if you turn them on in your settings. In the footer, include information about discounts given and deposits received. If creating an invoice based on an estimate, include a summary. Personalize your messages to customers on sales forms and enter a separate message for estimates. There's also an optional field for footer text, usually used for disclaimers. Once everything looks exactly the way you'd like, select Done to save. Additionally, with the new version of invoicing and estimates, you can personalize your forms while creating them using the Manage menu and design options directly on the form. If you have a lot of invoice data that needs to be imported to QuickBooks, you can try SaasAnt Transactions. Thousands of accounting professionals use this application daily to simplify their accounting processes. That's it.